talk a little bit about the end of fall camp, but obviously there's something, I want to take a few moments, an important situation to discuss with you. So earlier this year, became aware of a potential NCAA recruiting violation in our program, and the issue involved the communication with the player and his family prior to them entering the portal, the player entering the portal. We spent the past several months cooperating with the NCAA and, reviewed the matter, and based on those discussions, the communication has been determined to be a potential level 2 NCAA violation. So therefore, I've made the decision in conjunction with the athletic director to recommend a self-imposed 1-game suspension and also including a loss of 1 week off-campus recruiting. I will not be coaching in the season opening game next week against Illinois State, nor will John Budmeyer, receiver coach John Budmeyer, so we'll both serve that suspension. I shared this information with our staff and players this morning, and the families of our players this afternoon. I think it's important that I be here today to visit with you. That was the plan, and also wanted the fans to hear this from me as well. And just want to preface comments by saying, because this process is ongoing, there's very little I can give in terms of detail, and we'll do our best there, but not much we can say. But bottom line is this: I tell our players, we abide by the rules, and in this specific case, I did not do that. I made a mistake during the recruiting process. I want to apologize to our players, coaching staff, university leadership, and our incredible fans. 26 years as a head coach. This is the first potential level 2 violation that I've had, and it won't happen again. It's my plan to coach the team during the week, and as of midnight next Friday, I'll be removed for 24 hours, won't be in the stadium with them. And, so that's the plan. Seth Wallace will be the acting head coach during the day next week, Saturday, and I'm confident he and the entire staff will do a great job on that. Again, there aren't many details that we can really share, unfortunately, until this matter is closed, but I did feel it was important to stand up in front of all of you and acknowledge when I had done something wrong. Basically you face the repercussions, and then we'll move forward with our season, and that's our plan at this point. So, that being said, I just want to take this opportunity to ask Beth to say a few words.
Thanks, Coach. And as he mentioned, this is an open NCAA matter, and so the requirements there that we really aren't permitted to share a lot of detail. As was noted, we collaboratively made the decision to self-impose this 1-game suspension as a result of this recruiting violation. While we're certainly disappointed to be in this position, I really appreciate the way that Coach has handled this process. As we all know, the integrity in which he's shown and operated this program over the past 26 years is well understood. And I personally have gotten to see his character as we've worked together over the past year or so. In this situation, as he noted, he used poor judgment. And while I require and ask all of our staff and coaches to ensure that they're operating in a way that we're doing things the right way, we all make mistakes, right? And a part of that is that we handle it in a way that is going to be appropriate for how we represent the University of Iowa. Good leaders take ownership. They are accountable, they learn from their mistake, and they move forward. I appreciate and am grateful that Kirk, in this scenario and in a difficult situation, is modeling that for all of us that oftentimes make mistakes as we lead our teams. I'm looking forward to what I know is going to be an exciting season. I have complete confidence in Coach Ferentz, complete confidence in his staff, and certainly in his student athletes. Looking forward to cheering the team on in the home opener and throughout the remainder of the season.
Okay, at this time, if you have a question for Coach or Beth, raise your hand. A microphone will be brought over to you. Please identify yourself and direct your question to either Beth or we'll start with Scott Dockerman.
Scott Document with The Athletic. This is actually for both Kirk and for Beth. My question is, how was the NCAA apprised of this matter? Was this something that you turned in? Was it something that they discovered? Or was there another school involved that actually turned you in?
Again, and I apologize, there's little we can say, but in this case, we were notified of the violation by the NCAA.
Thank you. Kirk, you used the term several months. Why did this come to a head, within the last 24 hours or whatever?
Sure. I mean, there's a process that's involved, and from the time the NCAA contacted us, we've cooperated fully with them. There's a procedure, and it's not a fast-paced procedure. I'm not being judgmental. It just takes time. So as we move through it, again, I think we all shared information and talked and visited, and just seems like this is a smart approach to take based on the information we've learned and precedent's been set, those types of things. And our goal really is to control the timeline right now. The last thing I want this is to be something hanging over our heads over for the next couple months. We just want to be proactive. Again, I acknowledge an error in judgment and take ownership for it and want to move forward.
Chad Lewis, coding one registered for Kirk Ferentz. I guess just piecing together just this, I don't know if you want to call it like, bad luck or what between the gambling, Caden Proctor situation and this. I mean, I guess how would you kind of summarize just sort of like these things happening to you guys where I think the general consensus is out there in the world, like there's a lot of the same stuff going on, yet Iowa's kind of in the headlines here.
Yeah, I'll say this. I think there's some unique circumstances surrounding this particular case, but the bottom line is it was impermissible contact. That's what the investigation's about. And, the facts are the facts. And so there's a line, and I crossed that line. I made a bad error in judgment, and I'm just going to take ownership, and I'm not lumping it with anything else. This is something that, to me, this whole issue really is about a judgment or a decision that I made that's unfortunate, and we just want to address it, and then we want to move forward.
Adam Jacoby, Hawkeye Beacon. This question is for Kirk. We've heard some players mention that they had been approached by schools even before or when they didn't even enter the portal. Does that sort of dynamic that's already in place in college football,
Sure.
does that sort of inform how you feel about this suspension?
Yes and no. I can just say that, the world we all live in college football, a lot of things are cloudy and things have changed. It's a very changing environment, and it is continually changing. But there's still a line, and it's no different than football. The goal line's a goal line, first down line's a first down line, and you either make a stop or you don't. It really, all the other stuff aside, it's really about a decision I made, and I regret that decision. And, so there are really no excuses, and that's my job. I'm the head coach. I take responsibility for that.
Keith Murphy, WHO. Coach, were you aware at the time specifically what the rule was?
I don't want to get into too many details about an ongoing case, but like I said, I think there are some unique circumstances involved in this case, and I'm really not going to elaborate on it at this point. But as we stand here today, it really doesn't matter. I made a decision that, I think just needs to be addressed.
Coach, forgive me, I know you can't elaborate too much, but what more can you tell us about the nature of the decision that you made? Was it contacting a player too early, just to clarify?
Yeah, it was improper contact
Right.
before a player was in the portal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Say that. Yeah.
Tom Caker, Hawkeye Report. Kirk, you're going to be down, John, Phil's banged up. How's your staff approaching next week?
Yeah, unfortunately, I thought I had a plan. The plan was to, not to make light of this, but the plan was to, notify the staff this morning. We had an early meeting scheduled and then visit with the team during practice or after practice. Or actually, it was in the team meeting this morning before practice. And everybody's responded really well. And the bottom line is, we've got a really strong program. great coaching staff, excellent team, leadership there. So, and it's like I told the players, players win games, not coaches. So we have a job to do. Staff will do a great job. It'll be seamless next Saturday with me not being there. And I've got total confidence in our team. They're going to respond and do a great job.
Yeah, Beth Hardy with Hot Fanatic and TCW Radio. This is for Beth. I know you probably can't answer this, but did the NCAA share with you how they found out? And were you guys not aware of this at all during the 2023 season, since it appears that this violation took place about 20 months ago?
I'm not sure there's anything I can share on that in terms of the timing of it, but what I will say, and this is the normal course of how we operate, we have I think a really robust compliance program, and if we would have been aware, we would have self-reported that to the NCAA.
John?
For Beth, along those lines, John Steffi, Sierra is that. Along those lines, you also self-reported the violation involving Tyler Barnes with the impermissible contact. What's kind of your overall philosophy on self-reporting, and why do you think that this didn't come to light earlier?
I think there's a lot of moving pieces. Every year, and I know you all see these reports, part of our self-governance process, part of the NCAA process is that we continue to provide education across all gamut of rules, and that we self-enforce. It is, as you all already know, a really complex rule book. And so there are many times in which, for a variety of reasons, we may miss on that. And when we identify them, oftentimes that's coming directly from a coach